Hey everyone, got a couple projects that I'm working on in the garage today, so I thought I'd film them. And in my opinion, these are two things that are very important for Gladiator owners. First one, for if you wheel a Gladiator, this first one I think is a must-have. If you have a topper like I do, or your view out the back is obstructed from the stuff you've got back here, the second one is important for you. So let's dive into the first one. That is taillights. Man, if you've been watching the channel since I got the Gladiator, I'm not easy on my taillights. I'm not easy on the back end of this thing anyway, but the taillights especially. It's no secret that I'm not a fan of the oracles. I've had two sets of oracles on this thing. They both crapped out on me. So I switched back to the factory taillights, busted those in Moab. Had the Morimoto taillights waiting for me when I got home from Moab. Threw those on. Love the way those look, but busted both of them at Maris Adventure Park. And I'll show you what I dislike about these, and I've already addressed this with them. But this one looks fine. It's not. This one I didn't back into. I spun into a rock while I was high centered and shattered this one. They both work, so I have functioning taillights, but this one's got a hole in it right there. So I did a thing and now I have the Combat Off-Road Tail Gunner Armor Taillight Kit. And what differentiates these from all the rest is these are aluminum. So, and they're even more low profile than any others. So if I hit a rock with these, I think these will survive. If they don't survive, and I'm like out of warranty or something, to be honest with you, these are just like trailer lights. They're the specialness of these is in the housing, not the lights themselves. I'm curious how bright these reverse lights are going to be, because I'm kind of picky about that. But I mean, they've got the resistors, they've got everything needed here. And well, let me get the Morimotos out, and then I'll show you the difference that this makes. Removing the taillights is super easy. 8mm bolt. There's two of them, right here and right here. And then that slides out of these holes, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Super duper simple. My frustration with the Morimotos, because all I did was nick, let's see, that goes like that. All I did was nick a tree branch right here as I was driving along the trail, and that broke these mounting clips here. You would think that this plastic mounting bracket is all attached to the whole thing. It's not. This is now JB welded to it, so I can't get it off. But the mounting bracket just sits here, and it's held on, well, that one's not even held on anymore, by a screw here and a screw here, and the only thing holding it on is this little plastic bracket right here. That's it. So this is really easy to break. Ask me how I know. And I think that is a major design flaw for Morimoto. Why this wasn't built into the housing to give it some rigidity. Maybe it's designed specifically to break, so it doesn't hurt anything else. Maybe that's the way they designed it, and if so, okay, valid. But I found it annoying. So that right there. On the Combat Off-Road, these brackets, like that's a welded bracket right there. That's a welded bracket onto that. That's not just gonna pop off. There's also nothing here for like a branch to grab onto, like there was on the Morimotos. I've been vocal with Combat Off-Road that these are not the best looking taillights. In fact, I've been critical with the way they look. They may have changed it, we'll see, just because of how this area here doesn't seem, when they first came out, they didn't mesh with the lines of the body like I thought they should have. They may have redesigned this, so we'll put it on and see. But I've been critical that these are not the best looking taillights. At this point, I don't need the best looking taillights. I need the toughest taillights because I wheel my Gladiator hard. And if you do that, you're going to break a taillight on a tree, on a rock, whatever. So I don't need the best looking taillights. I need the toughest ones. And hopefully these are it. Same thing here. Super easy to install. All right. Okay. That goes there. Then that one goes there. Boom. Easy. Super easy. Okay, I will say they have cleaned up this line and fits the, what's left of my Gladiator flowing line there. Yeah, okay, good. They've done a good job there. This side I am the most concerned about how it's going to fit because this side has the most damage. Nope. All right, let's see if I can get these to catch. Oh. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a gap there, but that was true on all my lights because of that body damage there. But I mean, I think it looks better than before. I may come back and try to bump some of that out to fix that, but it's good up there. If it's good there, that'll work. All right, let's see if they work. Lights. We got lights. Love it. All right, project number 1, super easy and hopefully a lot more better. Number 2 on my list of things is the Wolfbox rear view camera. As you can see, I have 0 visibility out the back of this truck. So I do miss that because I used to be able to see through the bed rack. Now I can't. So for that, I got the Wolfbox G900Pro. I didn't need the Tri-Pro because I have a front camera. I don't need another front camera. All I need is this to serve as a rear view mirror. That's why I got this one. So there's the camera. I did end up having to get the 30-foot cord. Where'd I put it? There it is. I had to order the longer extension cord for the rear camera because from my length and where it's got to go, the standard cable wasn't long enough. And I got their rear view mirror replacement kit. So I'm not going to be strapping this to the rear view mirror. I'm going to be actually removing the rear view mirror. Well, that'll be interesting. I've never done that before on this one. Removing the rear view mirror and putting the Wolfbox in its place. So I don't have the big bulky thing strapped to the rear view mirror. And then I got their hardwire kit so I don't have to mess with running things to the cigarette lighter outlet and kind of down the windshield or anything. I can wire this directly to the battery and the fuse box and do it that way. All right, so this is not going to be like a full-blown how-to video. because there's already plenty of those out there. But the rearview mirror itself just twists out, which is nice. Unplug the plug. But this piece here, you do have to take out. And to take this out, you have to remove this plastic piece. And as you can see, this plastic piece has wings that go like completely under the sides, which I think is stupid. You know what? I may make my life easy and cut those off. Maybe, because that's gonna be a pain in the butt to get that back in there. We'll see. But for now, what do I got? Three torque bits right there. Not too bad. I'm glad I noticed this first. I think it's gonna make my life easier to mount the camera, or the rear view camera, to this before putting this up in the Jeep, because getting to those little mounting holes will be kind of a pain in the butt if I don't. All right, that goes there. Okay. Boom. Okay, now I just gotta figure out how to get that in there and negotiate around the stupid plastic piece and get those bolts back in. Okay. I don't need that anymore, so let's tuck that wire somewhere. And then one. Two. I don't know where the third bolt went to. It's redundant. Now, can I get this mess up in here? I bet I can't. I bet I can't because it's stupid. Oh, maybe I can. Let's see. Oh, I did. Okay. Now. Oh, all right. Oh. All right, that wasn't so bad. Look at that. That looks factory. Good deal. Now I just have to run my wires. I am super pumped because I was opening up the hardwire kit to start running it through the firewall to the battery like a standard hardwire kit does. No. This doesn't go to the battery. This goes to the OBD port. Super easy to install this thing. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna get both cables, the rear camera and the hardwire kit up from here, well, from here down to here. That's, well, I guess I do have to run this wire through the firewall because it's got to go outside. Not a huge deal. What makes this super easy for me, I don't take my top off anymore. I'll take my doors off occasionally, but I never take my top off. So I can run all my wires up here and then along here and then drop them down. Ha. So, and that will go along there, then through there, again there, where it's supposed to be, then up along here, tucked along here. Power goes there. Okay, there. All the excess up in there. Boom, done. All right, now, oh yeah, plenty of room. All right, so there's that one. Now let me do this one. Let's run it backwards. There we go. And where's that? Right there. Okay. And also up here. And all that back there. Now, all this can go up through here. Down inside the grab handle. There we go. All right. Well, that's tucked in there. And I need to pop that cover. Go way around there. Then the OBD port is there. Oh my gosh, that is so easy. Take all that. Oh, it's coming on. Okay, now this also goes down here. Now I gotta run this through the firewall. From here, it's just a matter of getting the wire in, run it along the frame, zip tie it up in between the cab and the bed, and then for my purposes, I'm gonna make it really easy since I've got the tent up there, and just run the wire along the top of the topper in between it and the tent, crisscrossing under the rail so it stays in place. That way I don't have to worry about drilling out the topper or running it into the bed, then back out the topper. I'm just gonna keep it easy. I can't figure out any reason not to, other than if you look between the cab and the bed, you'll see a wire running. But so what? I already have a Starlink wire, power wire running there. Who cares? Let's see. Oh, there's that. Perfect. Through the rock rail frame. I hate my glasses. Hate them. They always get foggy. All right, now I'm gonna get the camera mounted and plugged in. Then I'm gonna pull the wires tight around the tent and secure everything. Then I'll be done. Well, pretty much got it done. I just used their mount with the 3M tape to go right there. I was gonna get fancy and make a bracket, even painted this one to put up there. But at the end of the day, I thought, you know what, keep it simple and just go with that. It looks just as good, and with this I can adjust it up or down if I need to. So I think that looks good. Wires run along the inside of the tent. You can see, kind of, sort of, you can see the wire coming down there. Got it all zip tied under the frame, and let's check it out. Oh, let's see, go into settings. Looks like, take this off. There we go. I need to go into settings. Display modes. Nope. Where is it? Mirror flip. There we go. Nope, not that. Rear cam flip. There we go. On. Bingo. All right, need to change the date and time and stuff on that, but I think that's good. I might need to bring the view down just a little bit again. I'll have to play with that just to see how it goes. But yeah, I think it looks good. That's definitely better than nothing. And this, with their mount, tucks in out of the way a little more than my regular rearview mirror. So that's a plus. All right, I adjusted the camera down just a little bit, and I love this because the camera has such a wide angle. I can actually drag this and see the edge of my garage right there. Like I can see right behind my Jeep if I do that. That could be really handy, especially when backing up in tight places. So yeah, I'm gonna love that. Oh, here's another thing that I did. Several people pointed out in my unboxing of the VL45 Plus video that I had the straps to here and questioned the pressure that would put on the door, but also noted, and I just happened to glance at this, I saw these right here and just thought they were plastic bumpers, but no, those are metal tie down points. So got me some 3-foot roller cams and mounted them on the tie down points there, and boom, perfecto. Now nothing there. Well, I think that was a productive little afternoon. Got the taillights on from Combat Off-Road. Got the Wolfbox in. I think the Wolfbox is going to be insanely valuable. Just in the short time that I've had the topper, it has been a little bit annoying not being able to have a rear view mirror view. But now we have Wolfboxes in all 3 of our rigs. We have one in Kara's Jeep because she can't see out the back because of the spare tire. So if you've got a Wrangler and your spare tire is so big or in a spot like hers that it blocks the rear view, Wolfbox is a great camera for that. We've got the exact same Wolfbox, just the regular G900Pro in both Jeeps. And then we have the Tri-Pro in the Ross Monster for a front-facing camera because the giant bumper blocks the factory camera. So we have the Tri-Pro on it, and of course can't see out the back, so now we have the rear view camera on it. That has been a huge deal in the Ross Monster especially. So the Wolfbox cameras, if you have a topper or you have a big spare tire or something, the Wolfbox is definitely the way to go. So anyway, that was just a little afternoon project. Hope that was interesting. Hope that was helpful for you. Give you some ideas for your own setups. But if you would, I've got links to all the things, the Wolfbox. I'll put a link to Combat Off-Road. I don't have an affiliate thing with them or anything. But anyway, yeah, all the links and stuff. If you're interested in Patreon, Hemi conversions from AMW, discount codes, and everything, all that stuff's in the description. Just go there. All that stuff is in the description. So I'll see you in the next video. We've got some projects to do on Kara's Jeep before we head out at the end of the week. So, and I need to make another Ozarks or Washita run or something before we go. It's getting close. We're about out of here. See you next time. Bye.